Yeah, and this being a recurring theme. Hello everybody and welcome back to more Sly as the end draws near. After arpeggio, not really. Yeah, no, we also like what, an hour and 40 minutes in that level? On to the episode 8. And it's an autonomy for disaster. Let's go! But yeah, no, like, cause as far as I'm aware,
there we were,
I wouldn't be surprised if for the most part this is what like people think of a lot when it comes down to Sly and Lost levels.
Made sure to study up on our unknowing host.
In terms of final villains, not so much.
While attending a prestigious boarding school, the young Arpeggio excelled in all subjects, but he never managed to keep up with the other boys physically. Sadly, his wings, due to their small size, were useless for flight.
Like, wah, wah.
Furious at his feeble body, he focused his powerful mind to search for a cure in the works of the Italian Renaissance.
Because why not?
Their notebooks provided the springboard for this sinister young genius, and it wasn't long before the Claw Gang took him on as chief inventor. His talents must have been at work repurposing all the clockwork parts for their criminal schemes, and now this mastermind is in possession of all the parts. It's only a matter of time before he puts them back together. And when that happens, well, I'm not gonna let that happen.
Well, about that. Sly Cooper and the gang in. Already too late. Autonomy for disaster. I mean, at one point I feel like it would be believable for at least Clockwork's face at 1.2 have just been like a helmet. Also, one thing as I'm checking everything here. Okay, I can at least get like 2 things. Which, I mean, yeah, I might as well just get out of the way. The hideout in this level, for the most part, it looks like there's just no background. Like when you're inside. The Phasma for the most part, and wrong buttons. Yeah, like, I think in a way for the most part, like, what, like playing about with the powers and the... Because I think at the time I had like a bad controller, just like, or like a really sensitive controller where it's like the second I would even gently tap R2, or like my finger would be like resting on the button, and shiny pocket be like, yes. I feel like I've had a lot of nuggets lately. Then again, in terms of like recordings, as far as I'm aware, who the hell really knows at this point? Now, for the most part, I'm probably just gonna leave like collecting clue bottles, doing miscellaneous trophies and stuff like that for like the behind the scenes kind of stuff. Also, this is like I think this was one miscellaneous trophy for like for the level. Because I mean again, like I recorded the last level like around a year ago, but it's like because I remember one trophy being like Murray has to fight and kill a bear. So it's like, far as I'm aware, every level has like a random bonus trophy. But yeah, because far as I'm aware, like this being the only way to get back up. for the most part, I think it was just case like what I would, like how I would do it would be like I would spend like at least a good bit like trying to get like half the clue bottles, and he noticed me, so now he has to die. But yeah, like what I would spend like half the level just. I would spend half the time like trying to find at least like half the clue bottles before really getting into it. Into like the main actual like story for the level. And in terms of final levels in a game, I can't help but feel like this is like assuming you've actually assuming you've actually played Sly, like this is probably like a very memorable level. I mean, like how many games have a final level like this? And I'm generally surprised that I didn't get caught, but at the same time, it's like, well, yeah, like I'm literally just needing one move, so if I get enough money for that, it should be better off in the long run. But, as of recording this, there's at least a chance to actually finish off Sly. Again, I'm surprised I didn't get caught, and I thought I would have knocked that guy off way sooner. Because I think including this, there's like 3, maybe 4 such like recordings left. As we go overkill, arguably to get a clue. Because as far as I'm aware, like it was on. Actually, yeah, no, I think in like every level for this game, like collecting the. In terms of like finding the safe, it was literally just a case of like do a. Okay, I was gonna say, did that kind of help me like move quick without getting caught? Apparently not. Like, I think that it is case like every level, like, you just have to do a random mission and like you will find this safe. It's just a case of if you have all the clue balls or not, and if you actually remember like where the safe is. Also the treasures as well. I mean, see if we can. Because again, like, far as I'm aware, it was a case of like these treasures. Ah, damn it! Like, risk it. I mean, again, I guess it's just more money, which helps out in the long run. But as far as I'm aware, it is a case of like these treasures would help out with because I think I was like almost a recurring bit in terms of like me talking about the trophies in this game, like while playing. Involved the treasures, I think. Like, I prioritized the money, but I didn't grab the money that appeared when he fell to his death, which... Hey, what the hell? But, yeah, like what? Like, I end up prioritizing, like, money and treasures, like, 90% of the time while playing through this game, I think. And the guy underneath will disappear with his shiny pocket. Just what are the odds? Ooh, I mean halfway. But yeah, like what? Because like again, just good to far as I'm getting like more of the miscellaneous random crap out the way now, so like I can just focus on like the main story. Because arguably, in terms of how this goes, well, also I was guessing like how could I not get him? In terms of like the I guess what like the angle the story takes, it both is in character and a little bit disappointing because also I'll admit I forgot that the mission was over there. I thought it was way closer. Because like what I'm not wrong in thinking they kind of built up arpeggio like throughout the game, or at least in the last couple of levels. Right, yeah, like was gonna say like okay, like that's where the laser was coming from. Yeah, and this being a recurring theme, because yeah, it's like they end up building up arpeggio throughout at least like the John Bassan levels of the game, and I mean like the direction the game goes, like the first time you play, as far as I'm aware, it is very much a like surprise asshole. Like I bet you weren't expecting this. Which, I mean, to be fair, like I don't think anyone was. Also, I'm pretty sure that's where like the one clear bottle that only Bentley can get. Which really threw me for a loop the first time I played this level, because again, if like the first ever time I played this level, I prioritized, like, I guess, Sly a little bit more. Also, it was case like, well, after, like, I had to replay the entire game, like, in order to get to the last level, because, like, when I played this game on the PS2, because pretty sure I mentioned this before, but what the hell, when I played this on the PS2, I ended up getting into the Jean Besson, like the Lumberjack games, and like the second, like we ran to Besson, like we started talking. It was a case of like, surprise! Actually, it turns out we're going out. So also, it turns out like half these treasures are like they could have used in Thieves in Time in some form or another. And as far as I'm aware, it's at least a similar route to with the last treasure. Because yeah, like, well, for the most part, if I get this one, like, I should be good in terms of money. I hope. But yeah, it's like I get to the Lumberjack games and like I have to leave before it can really start. So like, I just kind of turn off the game thinking like, oh, otherwise it'll save before I start the mission, right? Like, no biggie. Turns out it kind of like started slash like I was able to, god damn it, I was able to save the game like during the like intermediate period, I guess, because like I don't even remember if Basan that was actually way more coincidental. I thought I was gonna get for that thing. Like, I don't even remember if I could talk to Basan or not. Like, when I had like it's like the following day I came back, like tried to like do the mission again, thinking like, oh yeah, no, this shouldn't be an issue. Turns out it was. Also, as a way to potentially date the hell out of at least this video, started playing Sonic Generations finally after like within the past 2 to 3 days, and I'm on the last little stretch of like the main story, and at worst it's a case of like I'm overthinking it slash just like looking way too into it, because like, but as far as I'm aware, like I don't know if it's like I'm coming off too negative slash very much just like, I don't know if it's like too sarcastic and whiny, because like, yeah, like, well, in like the last recording, it was like, if you play Generations, like, you would know, like, the last thing I did was Perfect Chaos, and there's like several retries and like attempts after that, and like, okay, how did that guy not see me? Also, it is case like, what, at least like some of the clipboards are over here. But never mind for that. Like, what, spend about nearly 13 minutes like trying to get 13 bottles, I'd say it's fair. Now,
Sounds good.
when you say start reassembling,
Relax. I've got it under control.
just like, there's somewhat irony with all that, like when like going through a replay of the game, or it's like, because like Sly 2, like Sly 1, 2, and 3 were definitely games that like, because I went through a period of just like basically binging an entire Let's Play before I would buy a game, and yeah, no, like, so like, I was kind of aware of at least certain twists from the ass first.
Calm down, Bentley. He might be in one piece, but he doesn't appear to be, you know, alive.
Was he ever properly alive in Sly 1 though, if you think about it and want to think way too much about it? Isn't there one more thing too?
They seem important to the procedure, but stay away from the guards. If you get detected, we won't have time for a second chance.
This was annoying the first ever time. Oh, okay, you know, it is just 3 things I generally thought... I mean, I know you end up having to, like... Well, one time the hell out of this. Somehow that counts, so I'm not complaining. Little did he know. Also a great angle game. Yeah, like what? Like, although... Egg. Do we actually ever get to see what's inside those things, or are they the eggs that like I end up breaking like near the beginning of the video? Anywho, because yeah, like just trying to traverse around this room and not get caught. Although, because like as far as I'm aware, in this case, like what? On one hand, I could try pickpocketing them now, but as far as I'm aware, that comes like way later. Although, again, like this level is no different in terms of like the guards. Also, gotta get a thumbnail. This level's no different in terms of like the guards really should be able to see me, but they don't for some reason. Perfect. The thing about it, at least half the Fiendish 5 keep coming back in like past in like future Sly games after Sly 1. Future Sly games after Sly 1. Great job, brain. Or just a brain file reminder, like which direction, and apparently it's this one. Which does not surprise him at this point. It is also a case of like, how do they not see me? But now, also it is like really, I can only take a picture of Neela from there. But yeah, at first, just what the fuck? Looks like he's almost looking at me. At least in this game. Oh, okay, yeah, definitely not looking at me this time. Again, that surprised him. Care to spell it out there?
Clearly, Neela and Arpeggio have conspired together to rebuild.
And they did.
And it looks like they're dangerously close to realizing their goal.
Look, Bentley, I know it's not your style, but I need a quick plan of attack. Try to think of a way, any way, to stop Clockwork from getting reassembled.
Imagine if it's just as simple as, like, take one of the eyes?
Magnetic inducers seem to be holding the parts together. If you reverse their polarity, it should pull Clockwork
Like,
apart.
actually thinking about it, that probably would have been, like, way too easy, but more what they could have done if they made, like, a Sly Cooper TV show.
Pickpocket keys for the 4 patrolling guards to get at it. Then you'll need to manually reverse the polarity of each inducer deck at the top of their rotation.
Consider
I
it
was gonna say, just like, at what point are you gonna mention the difficult part? But yeah, like, why does it feel like, at least one angle they could go for if they ever made, like, a Sly Cooper TV show now? With, like, certain, like, I guess, like, well, almost TV show cliches. Also, way easier to get the key than I thought it was gonna be. And as far as I'm aware, I cannot take out the guards, because that'll end up being an instant fail. Being like, okay, to stop Clockwork from getting reassembled, just take Clockwork's eyes, so, like, even if they get what they want, like, assuming they would have to build in, like, a scanner or something in order to make the carcass of Clockwork slightly usable. Not risk it. Also not risking it. I think by this point I had like one too many like stealth fails and is very much just like near PTSD-ish. But yeah, like what? Because... And playing Sonic Generations for the first ever time, and... Like... I think the mistake is that I went into it expecting it to be similar to... Because I played the Shadow Generations part, like a little over... or a little under a year ago, compared to like playing like the Sonic Generations part. I think it is literally just like the one guy over here now. Although then again, it is just one of those things like, the blue pockets are the indicators. And like, end up playing the like Shadow Generations part first, and it's very much a case of like, no. The Sonic Generations part is very much the game that came out in 2010. Also, fair to say, like, what if I grew up on Sonic games, I'd have way more of a bias / like more of a love for the game, probably. I mean, that, and I think in a way, like what, it was a case of, because like, I end up playing, when I played the Shadow Generations part, it was a case of like what, like to use the Metal Overlord boss, I thought I could time that better, apparently not. In terms of like the Metal Overlord boss fight, it was a case of like what, it took like way more attempts on that to get the S rank than anything else, although I guess granted, like, the weird part of my brain that's just like, I'm recording, no, like, it had, like, I wanted to be good, like, ends up kicking in, and it's just like, no, that's not how it should go. Although, in terms of how things should go, because, again, like, to say, like, Sly 1, like, or Sly 1 in terms of, like, the final level, like, what, was way more of a challenge compared to this one, although, granted, again, it's like, because Sly 1 didn't have a health bar, was probably at least, like to do it with some of it. And very much a case of like, yeah, no, like technically half the Fiendish 5 keeps coming back, because Clockwork in 2 and is an Easter egg in 4. Mugshot in 3, as that's done, as well as the Panda King, and great, he's locked in place. And Mugshot was in like an animation for Sly 4.
What's all this then? The magnets have been reversed. But by Jove, it seems to have locked the Clockwork.
Of course. I mean, because like right now, Clockwork does look just like a parked super villain jet. Like, how did they not see him?
Sly Cooper. Of course, this would be your.
They surprised at this point?
Ah, Mr. Cooper. No doubt you believed a reversal would pull the old bird.
I mean, it would have helped.
But it seems to have had quite the opposite effect. I'm truly grateful.
Right.
When fully powered up, I'll join myself to its circuits and be born anew.
All this because you can't fly.
On one hand, sure. On another hand, let's be real. If that was his only reason, like, I feel like it would make him like related, like understandable.
Were much too short-sighted.
Like,
They were satisfied using the clock
like a villain motivation in terms of like being relatable. You know, like,
schemes.
I don't know if anyone can relate to being a bird or not, but hey.
I saw them for what they really were. The keys to life eternal.
Someone had to figure it out.
You had Neela put me on the scent back in Cairo, and then waited while I stole the parts from the other Claw Gang members. All the while not arousing any suspicion that you
Let's
would
be real, the most he really had to do was just get Neela to be like, hey Sly, check out the Claw Gang.
Through that first set of heists. I was overjoyed when Arpeggio let me toss you in jail. I could finally go after.
And she sucked doing it.
But acquiring all the parts was only half the equation. think, Cooper? What can
Although in terms of like villain plots,
He was fueled by his hatred for my family.
Splendid! That's right. Hatred. Putting his gears and wires together was child's play, compared with accumulating that much hatred.
You can't make people.
little did he know.
Oh, my poor naive boy. My meticulous mind has found a way
I mean, it is very easy nowadays, unfortunately.
test. Spice consumption makes you both angry and susceptible to hypnosis. The Contessa, hypnotist extraordinaire, devised a way to command people through the use of flashing lights. I've created this blimp to be a massive transmitter of those precise
Of course.
frequencies. The only problem I faced was finding a suitable source of light waves.
The Northern Lights. You've been collecting Northern Light energy so you could hypnotize everyone beneath the blimp.
Ah, hypnotize those who eat food covered in illegal spice. Thank goodness for Dimitri. Threw the whole city to consume the spice.
You're going to
And that awkward moment when you realize that turns out everything that happened throughout the game was all actually building up to this.
Clockwork his spark of immortality.
I mean, at the very least, it is one of those things of like, it's a good writing point.
Uncovered. Ta-ta.
This part, not so much.
Stupid arpeggio. I double-crossed the Cooper gang, Interpol, and Carmelita. What made you think I
Don't know
wanted
why
to
that's a
turn
separate
to
thing.
you?
Although she has a point. Now, how the hell?
He's preposterous. You're my protege.
Slightly more believable with him because, well,
For
he's
my
tiny.
immortality, I demand you exit the clockwork frame or...
Dead. And thus, Arpeggio is no more. As well as 1,000 Sly Cooper related memes. And thus the sound is weird, and things have taken a dramatic turn.